Greetings, little wizard. You do not belong here. I only fight real warriors. I am a croc champion, not a babysitter.
little croc champion. You're ready to take on Kayamate. I've got big plans for you. I'll wager you feel like you're ready to fight the legendary Kayamate the Great. Now here's your chance. I set up a private show. Go through that door on the right and enter a small room. Show Kayamate no mercy. You'd be doing that old has-been a favor. I am the undefeated one, the only Kayamate.
I am humbled by your skill, Wizard. Sadly, I accept defeat, even though it was inevitable. It is clear that my days of glory are over. I guess I'll just have to settle for retiring filthy rich. Maybe a comeback tour in a few years.
You lean in quickly and notify Kai Amate of Shalik's request. His eyes widen as you emphasize the dire situation.
I have been here trying to recapture lost glory, and my comrades have been at risk. I see now that the Great Sleep was no defeat, but a stalemate. I must gather my fellow gladiators. As foreigners forced to fight for the Tut's amusement, they will revolt too. Return to Shalik and tell him I am ready to fight. This will be my greatest glory.
I should have known those who slept might forget themselves. I'm glad you were able to remind Kai Amate of his calling. With General Kaba and Kai Amate back, we now have 4 core members of the Order of the Fang, reunited in purpose. Wizard, by helping us, you have earned my trust. Therefore, I will reveal a guarded secret. The location of the Golden Fang. Locked in the Vault of Ice for centuries, it offers great power to any croc who wields it. We cannot afford for the Tuts to discover it now. Meet me inside the Vault of Ice.
What? You think you can just waltz right into the vaults of ice and take the Golden Fang? This dungeon will be your final resting place. Only for it, you can replay this dungeon, allowing you to gain additional unique loot, but only if you survive.
You are about to enter a dungeon. If you...
My heart gladdens to see you, for your help is greatly needed. This will be a difficult mission. Welcome, O mighty wizard. If you seek the Keeper of the Fang, you must first defeat the Defender, the Guardian, and the Protector of the Fang. But wait. Next, you must show cunning as well as might and solve their riddles.
Oh. Sorry about that. I was experiencing some technical issues. But we're back now. So we're going to go through. It doesn't really matter how you tackle these guys as long as you get all three of them before trying to go for the Keeper. That's exactly what we'll do. We'll just essentially follow the left for this whole dungeon. Vault Hunter.
You've come to claim as your own. Tamper with me, little wizard, and I'll turn you to stone.
Do you have the ability to do that? Or do you mean like Tombstone? Very spooky. Very spooky. Alright, simple plan for this battle. Bring in the minions early as we can. Blade, trap, and use some ether shields. Tower shields as well before then. And then I'll use a Cyclops with the buffs I have set up to finish off Vault Hunter and then the Defender. I'll wait until 300 health? Or 2 pips for them? Yeah. Oh, that should give me a weakness. We haven't actually seen it all that often, but a lot of bosses in Crocotopia do have weakness in their kit. Oh, big power pip. Bring in the boy. And the weakness is just a, okay, the gold drip, the gold and yellow, or the gold and red, goes so hard. I think it's a tough fit. Alright, let's enchant the Cyclops. We're going to... I don't know if it'll be enough to kill the Vault Hunter in one go. So here's my thought oh, well. Let's take a turn and defend, actually. They've got a lot of pips. I imagine they're going to go for a powerful hit with it. Okay, or throw out a Death Pixie. Why not? I guess we'll go for the Keeper of the Fang first. Or which one is this? Defender, Protector, Guardian. This one is Defender of the Fang. Really annoying for Monstrology is that each of them have a different page in the Monstrology book. So if you want to make their like summon card, it takes a long time. Okay, I kind of don't need the Cyclops Soldier to give me pips right now. just kind of buying time until our soldier hits. Oh, she targeted the minions. But my boy healthy. He corn-fed. Back to talking about the whole school situation. It's that when I do go back, it's mainly going to, well, it's not mainly going to be, but a big part of it is for coaching. And it's more getting my foot in the door with coaching to become a part of the program. I played for them. We did really well. I mean, my senior year, we had a 3-way tie for like the, what's it called? Like our division championship. Yeah. And then like the playoff games came after, and because it was a 3-way tie, only one of our teams got to go on, and sadly a different team had like legacy behind them, so they got picked. And it is what it is. But I got a ring, and it sits right next to my bed. 3 animus from it. That's big. Alright, we'll blade up Cyclops next turn. Let's get this. Cyclops soldier healing himself. You know what? Why not? Let's go. Gotta remember to enchant. Let's finish this battle. Big. Okay, and the mist and the riddle is fire, ice, storm, 3 braziers. Not too difficult to figure. I mean, these are, you know, these are puzzles for kids. It shouldn't be too difficult for them to solve. Okay. Okay, let's see what the 2 new enemy descriptions are, because they were both undead. We had Defender of the Fang. In the Vault of Ice, one can find the screeching and howling noises created by the Defender of the Fang. Ooh, ooh, cough, cough. And then for the Vault Hunter, eternal servants of the Defender, guardian and protector of the Fang. 10 of them, or yeah, for like regular minions, or the non-boss ones, they only cost 10 essence, or 10 animus to summon, but the bosses cost double that at 20. So now we have a Vault Hunter with a Guardian.
Grieve with your hearts. Come to the shadows and prepare to depart.
It's going to be a lot of the same battle. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is literally 4 of these same battles is the whole dungeon. I'm going to discard a pixie because we didn't really need it last time. Shoddy, please. Oh damn, they're throwing hands. What's the beef? Okay. 3 pips, that's a good amount to summon the minion with. I say that mainly because I believe with like 550 health, they should be in a good enough spot to just survive the fight as a whole. Let's Ether Shield. Okay, both of our Cyclops are enchanted, but we need... Yeah. We need the traps if we're going to make it work. Because we're not strong enough to defeat them in one shot without the trap. So, either our Cyclops warrior is going to have to lay a hit down, or we're going to have to wait until we get a trap on. So I'm just going to shield up until we get those. There we go. Woo. Okay, you're a death creature. Why do you keep using, like, ice? Okay, I get... Okay, I understand that it is in, like, the ice area of this world, but... But, like, come on. Please. This is... I mean, it's a kind of risky spot to hit in, but we move first. Realistically, we hit this Vault Hunter, we kill it. Guardian of the Fang is going to be aggroed onto the Cyclops Soldier, and even if they're not, and they do lay a hit on us, we'll be able to Pixie next turn anyway. So I'm not worried about this situation about going for the hit, going for the throat. You know, I'm wondering how the Golden Fang actually gives power. Like, is it supposed to be like something that just makes spells more powerful, or is there some like mystical force associated with it? Because they didn't actually explain it to us. I don't think. I've been paying pretty close attention to the dialogue in the story this time. I don't typically, but like I've been paying attention, and I swear there wasn't any mention of like why it's powerful, just that it is. The way I see it, when it comes to magic items like that, when you're playing like a fantasy game, or what's the name of it? TTRPGs, tabletop role-playing games. Like when it comes to those where you kind of make a story with your friends, and you know, like you're rolling dice on the table and things like that, the most powerful items, and this is true for all of fiction. I think the most powerful items are usually the ones that are simplest. Just because simplicity usually means that what it does is a powerful effect, or it could be used in a powerful way. Okay. Skull beat. Just activate both of them. Activate both of the obelisks. It's very simple. When the lever is in the down position, you can activate the beetle. When it's in the up, you can activate the skull. So. But yeah, like when it comes to like magical items, you know, or items that hold great power, simplicity really is the most powerful like thing it can be. Because if it's an item, like let's take what's a good example of this? An item that has to go through a couple hoops to be useful. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. A situational item. One that like usually holds a key part to the quest. I want to say Lord of the Rings, but I'm not actually sure how the rings work in that series. I know that they have a corrupting power, that they were made by like some elves, like who had dealings with like the Dark Lord or what. I'm sorry if you're a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I really am speaking with ignorance right now. Most I've done is played the Shadow of Mordor game, which by far one of my favorite games of all time because of the Nemesis system. But like when it comes to fantasy items,
Fair is foul and foul is fair. Try and take this fang if you so dare.
an item with the power of like, think about it like this. An item that allows you on a full moon to gain incredible strength, like you basically become a werewolf or something, right? Like a very conditional power. Those, even if it's like, that is like during while the moon is up, you're essentially invincible. That's cool. But I don't like the fact that it's so situational makes it less powerful in my opinion. Even if the effect of the magic or whatever the effect is amplified to the nth degree, I don't think that'll ever be as powerful as like flipping a coin and actually not even that. Oh, no, I'm just yapping. Like a sword that's able to cut through anything, you know? Which means obviously there's a little bit of monkey paw here where it could be like anything, like so when you slash this blade it's going to go through molecules and all this and all that, and it's like, well, there's power in that simplicity, right? Or like having the ability to have a bottle that produces infinite water. There's an incredible amount of applications you could do with that, from just making sure that you never have to worry about drinking water, you know, setting something up for like a water park. It could even be used for that, or it could be used to waterboard somebody. And that's not even going into like when you combine it with something else. But having simplicity in your magic items is more or less what makes them overwhelmingly powerful. I know in Lord of the Rings, like I think the ring that Frodo wears is able to turn him invisible. It's the ring or it's the cloak that he wears. I'm totally blanking, but it's that power that makes it, it's the simplicity of that power that I think makes it so incredible. So when it's, you know, when we're talking about this Order of the Fang, and now we're going to collect that Golden Fang, I have no idea what the Golden Fang even does. Aside from being told over, or not even over and over again, but just being told by Shalek the Wise that, oh yeah, it powerful. It's like, what does it do to make someone powerful, you know? Is the object itself just like a very powerful object or something? And what does that even entail? I wouldn't be heartbroken over this not killing. I will be heartbroken over it not hitting. That's okay. Next turn we'll heal up, give our Cyclops Warrior a chance to hit. I hope that makes sense though. That like simple magic items are usually very, very powerful. The ability to cut through anything, the ability to stop anything, they're both very, very strong abilities if you think about it. The ability to create or take away something, even more powerful. Actually, here's an interesting question. If you guys could have a magic guy... Ooh, that got close to killing it. I do want to still collect the Animus. I'm a fiend for Animus. If you guys could have one magic item, and you can decide its effects, you know, what it does. Make it simple, I suggest. Or make it as complicated as you want. But if you could have like one magic item for the rest of your life, like it's tethered to you or it's in your reach, basically it'll always be with you in that sense, right? If you had one magic item, what would it be? Like the item itself, and what would its effect be? Obviously you could go with something like press a button and it will dispense X amount of money, you know? I'm not sure what I would choose for this, actually. Maybe something like... I'm not sure. I think if I had to choose a magic item for that, I'm giving it a, you know, not like a crazy amount of thought, but I've thought for like a solid minute on this now, is I think the item I would choose, or, well, there's two variations. If it could just be like a magic thing, then I would probably choose like a companion of some sort, like a little, like a puppy, or maybe like an owl, or something of the sort, some little creature that I could keep with me. Or for a more modern sense, maybe like an object akin to a phone. But like a little, or like a Tomodachi, if you remember those from back in the day. I think it would be really cool to have something like that which gave you advice. And to be more specific, advice that not necessarily would make you happy, but would show you a path to happiness. Okay, that's actually extremely convoluted for what I'm going for. I don't know. I think it would be nice to have a little friend with you, which, you know, you could always be there to have your back and give you some helpful words when you need them. I try to do that with people in my life.
My domain. You will pay for your trespasses, young wizard.
Oh, I know. I would choose an indestructible mirror that could create copies of myself. Why? Because I think I'm great. Plus, with multiple versions of me, you know, it's a cool way of like multiplying what you could do in a day. Plus, it'll give me someone to talk to, someone to do stuff with, a companion. Plus, if it allows you to like change up a little, like little parts of yourself to see how you would like, so you can see what that would be like. So like right now, you know, I am who I am. But it would be cool to see a version of me that made different decisions in the past. Now that isn't to say I'm unhappy with the decisions I've made. I think I've made good decisions for what it's worth. But it's always interesting to kind of peek into what could have been, you know? Sometimes. Sometimes it's extremely choking when you think you're not doing what you need to do. Then it can be oppressive. All of this to say, what even is the Golden Fang? Oh, actually, maybe even better than that. Actually, I don't know. But another cool idea would be like, and this idea I'm certain it's been done multiple times before, a stopwatch where when you click it, it stops time for like the world. And maybe your internal clock doesn't stop, or maybe you freeze. Maybe like your body is frozen in time with the rest of the world or something of that sort. But it would also be cool to have unlimited time, essentially. To be immortal without quite suffering all of the drawbacks of being immortal, I'll say. If we roll 265, is that enough? It'll be plus 75%. I mean, it could reach it. I'm going to bet on it reaching it. It's a gamba. Boom! Okay, it was enough. I'll take it. Oh man, that was close. Three animus collected, let's go. It's so interesting to me that for the Cyclops soldiers, or the Cyclops minions, that they have access to the ghoul. Like, I don't know if there's a lore reason for that, or if it's just like, you know, they can hit and sustain themselves. I mean, death, I've talked about death before. I think the school itself is very, very powerful, just because, you know, you can essentially throw defense to the side and just focus on hitting. Because the more you hit, the more you heal. So I will say, I do hope you guys are enjoying this series. You know, Wizard1, it's an old game, and I know that the gameplay loop is pretty repetitive, which makes it not hard to watch, but hard to stay engaged with. But, you know, whether it's just a video you play before going to sleep, or one that autoplays while you do sleep, or if you came searching out for this because you have fond memories of this game, something of that sort, you know. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I will say, I am trying to talk a little bit less, just because I want these... I do these videos naturally, but I don't typically talk this much. Whenever I'm like in a conversation with someone, people, I think people tend to enjoy talking to me because I'm a very good listener. And that's like, it's not a superpower, but it's a very good skill to have, is being able to actually listen. So when it's like this, and I'm essentially just talking to myself, I am going to, actually we can wait until we have AoE to get those guys, but you know, I don't typically talk to myself for long stretches of time. Surprise, surprise. So this is a skill I'm getting better at.
You've done it. We have the Golden Fang.
The Golden Fang.
As much as I am mesmerized by its presence, I hope we never use its power.
Is the Golden Fang just aura farming on us? Is that what it does?
At last, during the Great Sleep, we learned the power of balance and vowed never to upset it again.
I still want to know what the Golden Fang does. It's powerful. Did we collect the beetle? Yeah, we did collect the beetle already. Okay. Does it just send us to Emperor's Retreat now? Let's go, Shalek. What's next?
Ah, the Fang. Excellent. Now we can proceed.
I feel like we just talked about this in the vault, brother.
You may wonder, young wizard, why we caused the Great Sleep. The truth is, we felt we had no choice. Once we realized the Krakanamakan had been stolen. I hope you do not feel misled. I question the wisdom of ever writing such a dangerous book, but now you understand why we must fight to retrieve it.
Well, I mean, it was like, what, the ultimate culmination of life and death magic? I don't know if it's a dangerous book per se. I mean, having power over life and death itself, like becoming immortal or never dying, that is pretty dangerous.
The ruling Tut of the Sphinx last controlled the Krakanamakan. I know him well.
Yeah?
He's certain to be hiding behind guards in the Emperor's retreat. Meet me inside and we will find a way to defeat him.
Damn right, you and me, twin.
So, you feel you are worthy of entering the Emperor's retreat?
I do.
Not on your life, you lowly worm.
On your life, twin.
Only for it a time. You can replay this dungeon, allowing you to gain additional unique loot, but only if you survive.
This guy has ice gear, by the way. This vendor. Alright, let's go to the Emperor's Retreat. Let's get this boss down.
You were about to enter a dungeon.
45 minutes. Let's see if we can do it a little bit faster than that. Considering we don't have a mount still, it might take just that long. We're getting there. It's gonna take a while, but like I don't want to use too many timed mounts because I only have time to record a couple of these videos on my weekend or on my days off.
Just
So
as I expected, this place is heavily guarded. Manders toil while Krokotep relaxes in his chamber.
that evil man.
Krokotep is known for his intricate defenses. You will find 2 guardians at the first gate, both princes of the Sakwi family. Even with balance, I would not stand a chance at my age. Please fight bravely to defeat them and return to me safely.
I got you. Where are they? Are they just... Yep, okay, they're just standing in this area, I guess. Oh no, we do have to enter the room. That's okay. Prince Sakwi. Prince Sutton Sakwi. I've come to end your life.
I had hoped to face a mighty warrior to test my skills, but you showed up instead. Hardly worth the efforts of a prince.
I'll have you know, I fought and beat Kai Amate, and he had pecs. You don't. So, checkmate. I forgot to take out the life and death shield, the ether shield. Oh. I mean, these guys are like ice anyway, and I don't have a shield against that, just the tower shield, but like still. Okay, so we're going to beat up the Emperor to try to reclaim the Croconomicon. Alright, let's bring out the minion. Oh, he's so sweet, giving me a sprite already. That being said, kind of wish he hit. That's fine. Or, give me pips or something of that sort. The healing ain't bad. Can't complain, that's for sure. Okay, thank God we got the power pit because he was about to take the trap off with the Sakwi Frostmancer. %50% accuracy. Because if it ain't 100, it's 50. Yep. Yep. You know, we still have enough power to kill the Frostmancer, so I'm not going to complain. Also, 2 power pips in a row. We're cracked. Boom, baby. You know, even without the trap, it did 460. And yeah, it was a high roll, but still, that's not shabby. Good time to pixie. Good time to heal up. I probably should have discarded the ether shield. I was very eager to get the heal on. Let's discard it now. I will say, I do want to start other series as well. Like, I want to do some League of Legends videos and some Slay the Spire stuff, but it's really, really hard to fit into the schedule. Because, like, as is, I do like 2 to 3 Anvil Saga videos, each of which are about an hour long. I do a Wizard101 video once or twice a week, which means that, you know, when I'm doing, like, when I'm recording these videos on my days off, I spend like a total 3-ish hours, because these videos, the Wizard101 videos, are usually about 2 hours long. So, like, you know, when I'm recording a Wizard101 video, it takes a while. And I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Because I love these games and I have a lot of fun playing them. But since I'm committed to doing these 2 series, it's really hard to fit any time in to do League of Legends or Slay the Spire. And, you know, both of the... I've done 1 video for each of them at this point, and neither have been particularly successful. And obviously, in part, it's because those are 2 very, very popular games which have... Well, for Wizard101, or, sorry, for League of Legends, I know that game has, like, probably thousands of videos created for it every day. And, you know, I'm good at the game, I have a good way of thinking about the game and stuff, but...
Bested by a mere student wizard. Oh, the shame I have brought to my family name.
Yeah, for shame. Twin. But like League of Legends and Slay the Spire 2 both have very saturated markets for videos, which makes it kind of tough to enter, or tough to stand out in any way. And like the one Slay the Spire video I've done is like 2.5 hours. Because in my inexperience, I feel like I over-explained every decision. And it's a fresh account, so there's like, so I don't have anything unlocked, I don't have any of the ascensions, and when it comes to League of Legends, you know, I don't have, like, I'm not Challenger, I'm like Emerald, which...
They sent you to confront me. You're not fit to clean the floors.
It's a lot of talk from someone I'm about to mop the floor with. Alright, let's take off the ether shields. But let's put in another tower shield. Anything else we want to add in? I mean, we could add in buff minion, shield minion. Or buff minion. We'll add in a couple of those. For flavor. But like, you know, creating... I'm only like Emerald in League of Legends. And I have reached Diamond like once or twice with my main role, but it's one of those things where it's really hard to like make a difference in that realm. And maybe if I were like the top of the top, #1, or if I had a very attractive personality that naturally draws people in, or something of that sort, it would be a bit different. But I am who I am, and there's no point trying to change that, you know? Or, let me rephrase it. I'm happy with who I am, so I don't feel the need to change it. There are some people who aren't like that, where, you know, they got monsters or demons that they're fighting with, not being who they want to be, or not being who they think they should be. And in that case, it's good to strive for change. I think so, at least. But that's not the position I'm in, personally. But you got creators like Tyler One or Jinxie, Dante's, and if you follow League of Legends content, you know who I'm talking about. If you don't, essentially they're big, loud personalities who manage to bring in very big audiences because they have that electric, magnetic personality to them. They're loud, they'll scream, they'll be very expressive with their emotions, which is certainly a power, you know? Like, it's good to be expressive when you're playing games and hyping yourself up, or trying to play off, like, misplays and stuff like that, you know? It makes it fun. But I'm not that animated. And it's hard to imagine myself being that animated. I probably could be. I could make it work, but I like being calm, collected, and thinking through things like this. That's why that Slay the Spire video took so long, by the way, is because I was giving a lot of thought to every decision. So I am very slow and steady, methodical. It shows up in my Wizard101 style, and it shows in how I play other games as well. I'm in no rush, because I enjoy the process. Alright. We could Cyclops set up a kill next turn if the soldier wants to use an attack, but that also leaves us completely reliant on the minion to do it. Let's buff him. And then we'll launch a Cyclops with that trap next turn. Oh, excuse me. I'm changing up the plan to Blade. Sorry, I had a bit of water go down the wrong pipe, so gotta clear my throat. So I'm gonna be muted for a sec. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oof. Alright, let's finish this battle off. Or do I want to delay it a turn to heal up? If they hit me with an ice snake, it'll be like, what, around 200-ish damage? It's worth healing and then hitting. Just for the future battles of this dungeon. Sets us up for success. All right. Let's close this thing out. These princes were nothing. Not worth mopping the floor. Boy. That's crazy. Alright. Shalak the Wise. Is he going to give us the cap now? I mean, I wouldn't mind it.
You've done well, young wizard. The lever should work now. Open the door and I'll meet you up ahead at the lake.
There's a lake in the Crocosphinx. I mean, I guess there were like those little frozen water puddles in like the lobby area for the Crocosphinx, but like a full lake? Where are they building this stuff? Sockwe Lancer. Okay. Well, they weren't lying. It do be a frozen lake.
Excellent. You've made it.
I have.
Oh, my heart. This place is filled with enslaved Manders. Crocotep knows I can't stand to see them suffer, but he does not know that you're on my side. Let's free the Manders from their bondage. If we can do this, surely they will fight alongside us.
I don't know. Ensorcelled slaves don't seem to be the boys that you think they are. Let my people go. You're free. Oh, I love that little dance. Okay. We're across the lake. Damn, they got slaves in every corner of this place. I'm only freeing 3. You're only able to do 3. So.
We've done it, but we need to ensure that they are not enslaved again.
That's very true.
Now we must deal with the overseer Paniwi.
Paniwi.
Don't think me foolish for not rushing at once to get the Croconomicon.
Panini.
If we do not save the Manders, we are no better than the Tuts. But I see no harm in hurrying. Defeat Overseer Paniwi and return to me at once.
Brother, do you just want to, like, come along? I don't know why you keep saying me to defeat people and then walking back to you, like... Just stand behind me, dog. I'll protect you. Me and my minions will protect you. I'm climbing the stairs. Here's the beetle. Hello, beetle. Wait, does it have little eyes? Like, obviously it has little eyes, but is it like... I thought it's always been just black pupils, but does he have like little slits for eyes? Oh, he totally does. Wait a minute. This beetle looks high as a kite. Or I'm totally blanking and they are actually like big black eyes with like little gleams in the pupils, but it kind of looks like he's just really squinting hard, you know? Maybe I'm the only one who sees it. Looks like we have a puzzle to solve.
The door is frozen shut by magic. Perhaps the Graziers hold the secret to opening it?
Okay, it's frozen. Sounds like we need to heat it up. Yeah, this is not going very... It takes a very long time with that amount. Alright, let's go beat up Overseer Paniwi. Actually, we got a gem from one of the earlier bosses. A square... Oh. Okay, no. The one I'm looking for is a ruby slot for the fire elf. Just because, you know, while we're going through this area, since they're like all ice, I feel like it'd be pretty useful to have a fire elf, you know. Ah, it's just for this area anyway. All right, Overseer Paniwi. Sticking with the same plan. Oh,
You fail to see just how outmatched you are, wizard.
I mean, we could have a fire cat, but I don't know how useful that actually is compared to just, you know, getting the minions out. We'll always blade first before shielding, mainly because, you know, they both start at 1 pip. If I put a shield on and they break it, it's likely going to be with a 1 or 2 pip spell. I'd rather put it on before they, like, the turn before they hit with a higher cost hit. Ice blading? Okay, that's so annoying. I'm doing a playthrough on my ice wizard right now, on like my own, on the account that I'm not using for YouTube, my more personal account. And man, it is, you know, I don't mind it too much because I take the same slow and steady approach to battles on that account, but not getting the blade, like I still don't have the blade and I'm at Mount Olympus and it's just, oh, it's a grind. I started out trying to go for the Mount Olympus gear, but it was just, it takes, like, I couldn't get any drops from Mount Olympus, so I think in the future I'll run the dungeon once, mainly for the Ares Spear, because it is the best, like, wand in the game for a solid amount of time. And that might be different now with updated gear and such, but to my knowledge, it is still like the best wand for a solid 20 to 30 levels. Because it gives you 10% universal damage, a power pip guaranteed at the start of every battle. And the wand spells aren't actually that good, but like, you know. Ooh, we are going to need to heal up. If we don't die here, shoot. Okay, thank God. Gotta prioritize our healing. Ooh, that's spooky. Scary for a sec there. Oh, that's so close. It's right there. The good news is we do have the boss on the ropes. I have enough healing spells that I should be able to outlast, at least until the Cyclops soldier finishes him off. Cyclops soldier, please. I need you to do this, brother. Heartbeat. He's giving us 2 pips, so we draw the pixie next turn. We're able to heal up immediately again. Muting first. Yeah, this battle became tougher than I thought. It's all because the minion did the tower shield, the 50% universal resist one. Like that makes it incredibly hard to finish him off, because like now I'm not able to, I'm not able to one-shot him or anything of that sort. Is it worth trying to go for the kill here? Because if I use Cyclops, like let's play this out in our head. I use Cyclops. Let's suggest it kills the Overseer. Sakui High Guard hits me this turn. I'm left with 100 health. Tower Shield, the hit that comes after, and then Pixie. It should be enough. Because if it uses the Ice Serpent now, I'm going to say on average it deals 200 damage, which it might be slightly lower, but splitting hairs at this point. Okay. That might be worst case scenario, actually, is him putting the trap on us. Okay, if he uses the snowman, let's say it deals around 300 damage. So 420 cut in half. 210 or so. I'm not sure if the order of the shields actually matters for that calculation or not. Okay, yeah, slightly lower than I thought. Or I probably just low rolled the card. Okay. I Pixie. Cyclops Soldier heals me up too with Sprite. I can Blade next turn if he plans on hitting. We still need to take off that tower. The tower shield early game is devious. Like it is a battle changer. Which is why I have it in my deck. Okay. He should be hitting. Yeah. We can power him up. Actually, we don't have any more hits ourselves. Okay. I'm going to keep the Cyclops minion in hand and let's buff him. I believe in my Cyclops soldier. Get him, my boy. Get him, my boy. Just a reminder, the treasure card we have with this deck is just the treasure pixie card, so heals for like 420. Blaze it. Gosh, the Cyclops soldier is so tall. I mean, look, all the blades are like at his waist, essentially. Is it worth... I'll wait a turn before putting the trap on. Or the blade. Sorry. Putting the blade on the warrior. Because I'm suggesting he's going to hit now. Sakui swings. The shield reduces it by half, so the blade will be worth more next turn. Granted, it may be unnecessary next turn, so... He's so concerned for my health. Let's send him a little thank you. Wait, oh. Thanks. Finish him off. I believe in you, I believe in you, Cyclops soldier. Big hit. Boom. Nice. But it's very annoying seeing all these ice minions have the ability to blade themselves when, you know, as ice wizards, you're not able to, you don't get a blade until like level 40, I think. Which, I mean, it's not as bad as like life and death wizards not getting AoEs until like level 40 something, but still. I don't know, it's a different playstyle. Not meant for everybody, I don't think.
Excellent job, young wizard. You've shown the Manders we mean to defeat the Tuts, and they are ready to join the fight. Krokotep cowers behind a door sealed by a combination. The Manders we freed tell me you must vanquish the Sakwi Keymaster to get it. Once you've defeated the Keymaster, the combination will appear in his room. Use that combination to open the door and take vengeance on Krokotep.
Krokotep. I'm going to collect some more mana while we're here. Not because I'm worried about running out, but just because. Alright. Let's go defeat the Sakwi Keymaster. Am I going to have to come back to you after I do that, or can I just go straight to the... I gotta be able to go straight to Krokotep after, right? I mean, no way they make me walk back when we're right there. Let's go. I wonder if he's actually going to be behind the door, or if he's just going to be out in this area again. Because there are some enemies which will actually just spawn like in this area instead of having you go through to a new area. Okay, I plan on just taking the same.
Are you the gatekeeper? I must put you to the ultimate test.
I am the gatekeeper. I'm also going to put in the stronger Cyclops again. Sakwi High Guard. They're different. This one has a longer top. This is why we don't shield turn one. I thought about it immediately after I did it too. That's okay. One more turn, we'll summon out the Cyclops minion. Tower shield. Okay, let's bring out the boy. Also, what level are we? Level 19, I think? Almost to our next minion spell from the trainer outside the secret shop. Got a cough. Alright, I'm back. Man, I don't know what's up with me today. A lot of coughing. Half health. I certainly don't mind healing up here. I think that's a better call. I do want to eliminate that minion soon, the Sakwi, but you know, I'm going to let the Cyclops soldier build up pips, and maybe we can attack him at once. A dual attack. Or maybe he will play spectator. Just remember, Mr. Cyclops, I summoned you to help fight, not spectate. Oh, he's so sweet. $265 plus 75 or plus 80. That's what? 26, rounding up to 53, 53 times 4. That'll be enough. More than enough. The reason okay, so I'm doing that. I'm sure most of you guys are old enough to know this, but just in case you don't, the way I'm doing the math for reaching 80%, one, we have 75% because my blade of the trap is 75, and I have about 5% from my gear. So 80%, so we have 26. I can multiply 26 by 2 to get 1/4. So that's 53, and then we take 53, multiply it by 4, and we get our final number. Alright, well, I'm not actually worried about dying here. I do have the healing, the sprite heal over time going. I'm going to keep hammering on this point because I absolutely love it. I really wish Monstrology were accessible sooner in the game. Just because I do love the system. I'm going to let the Cyclops soldier break the shield before I follow up with an attack. If he also lay like a big hit on me, I could also heal up. Sets us up well for the next fight against Crocotep. But I imagine I could also get some healing orbs before then, just floating around. Greedy leprechaun. I don't know if this is going to be enough to kill or not. If it is, so be it. If not, then I can heal up and let the Cyclops finish him off. Okay, good. Enough so I can heal up before the end of this battle. Yeah, you finish him off, Cyclops Soldier. AKA C.S. Lewis. Damn. Okay, take two. Take two. Finish him off, C.S. Lewis. Yeah. He got it this time.
By defeating me, you have passed the test. You must be the gatekeeper.
That's right. That's right. Keymaster's Visor. Also, skull, snake, tree. I'm going to write that down. I'm very forgetful, and this is a good way of remembering it. The Sakui Visor. What does that look like? Or the Keymaster's Visor. I mean, I don't know if I would call that a visor. More like a funky hat. Kind of... You know what? Kind of drippy, though. Kind of drippy. Alright, let's go defeat Crocotep. In fact, since this is like the big final fight of this area, do we have any minions we could bring in? Let's create a vault. Let's create a vault hunter. That being said, I also have another one. I have the Nefiri Fire Spirit. I kind of want to save the Fire Spirit for the whatchamacallit and the you-know-who. I'll save the Fire Spirit for the like final dungeon. For now, I'll do this. Take out the pixie, just so that way, you know, we can guarantee the draw on the Vault Hunter. Now, when you are summoning multiple minions, you do have to take a very specific... You have to find a very specific way, just to make sure that you don't get, you know...
Don't provoke me, wizard. I was just thinking about letting you live. In my service, of course.
Let my people go. But we have to play a much more defensive battle. Just because, you know, if we don't, then ultimately it's going to catch up to us. Because you take a lot of damage because think about how many turns it would take for us to summon all of it. Summoning the Cyclops soldier is going to take 3 turns already, right? Unless we have power pips, but power pips are risky. So if we summon the Cyclops minion first, it's going to take 3 turns, and then an additional 2 if we don't get a power pip for the vault thief. So, actually, it probably would have been better to use the Fire Spirit here because these are ice bosses. Oh, my folly. I can worry about my folly later. For now, let's get the Cyclops minion out here. Yeah, C.S. Lewis, back at it. Yeah, I'm going to keep using that joke, by the way. It's his nickname now. I promise you, he likes the name. If he doesn't, he would tell me. Alright. We didn't get any shields, but this is not a bad time to set up some traps and stuff. Oh, these shields are going to be annoying. Let's see, if they hit us here, do I die? That's like, what, 300 from Snowman, 200, so that's 500 total. I don't think they have enough damage to kill us next turn, even if we do summon a minion, so I'm going to do that. Let's discard a buff, draw, and play the Vault Hunter. Special event point, let's go. And then we can shield next turn and then heal with Pixie. Or we can heartbeat if we need that heal immediately. Though it's more risky because there's a slight chance that it misses or fizzles. Okay. Okay, that's... Bro, Cyclops Soldier buffing up the Vault Hunter who's hitting with a Dark Sprite. Legend. Alright, I'm actually going to discard Myth Trap. This buff minion, I can buff the Vault Hunter. I'm going to use the heal now. I don't want to play it risky. Because if they both Snowman, I die. So, let's get out a lethal. Big, remove the shield without consuming the trap. Vault Hunter the goat. By the way, this is a feature only available to the Myth School, is being able to summon multiple minions with monstrology and stuff. So you can have like your school minion and then 2 additional ones. So we can fight with a party of 4 technically. Also, that's why we healed up. Double Snowman. Just like we thought. Only 324 with the blade though. I might be vastly overestimating the damage Snowman deals. Okay, next turn, will Cyclops kill the minion, the mob. Okay. We have a shield up for our protection, so I don't really feel a need to Pixie yet. Let's Cyclops the Sakui High Guard. Big plays. Boom. Hammer through the chest. Died on impact. Nice ice beetle, Crocotep. I understand why you were hiding for so long. Or hiding behind... Bro, you can do something better than Dark Sprite. I know you can. You got 5 pips. Please. I'm trying to help you show off here. I wonder how it's going to work with Monstrology now then. Because they are doing that the big minion update. Okay, there we go. Finally, a real hit. But I don't think it's going to apply... I don't know if it's going to apply to Monstrology minions. Because they do count as minions. Because we can buff them with buff minion. I wonder. Are you my Cyclops soldier? What has he even done to you? He tanked it though. Corn fed C.S. Lewis. That's my boy. Ice Beetle. You a funky minion, Vault Hunter. You know that? That's what I get for taking from the sorry... From that sorry Vault of the Fang. Or Vault of Ice. I forget which one it was. Should have used the Fire Spirit. Alright, my boy's attacking. This is definitely going to be enough to kill. That's Pixie. I don't even need to attack to finish the battle. Flex with the pose. Ha. Make sure they see the fit before they go. Big money.
You have found a golden scarab.
We have found the golden scarab. A golden scarab, or the golden scarab? We already have those equipped. Dusty robe. He dropped this. Okay, that fit kind of goes. Yeah, I will say, nice ass robe. It is just a recolor, but like, kind of got that shit on though. Back to the entrance. Shalek.
You have fought bravely. It sickens me to know one of the Order's members gave the Croconomicon to Queen Crocopatra. Even though it is never easy to defeat one of our own, it was the right thing to do.
So Crocotep was a part of your Order of the Fang. Okay.
I fear more troubles await us, young wizard. Crocopatra wields the Croconomicon, and Crocotep spoke of a new army. The Order has much to discuss. We may not have always acted with wisdom in the past, but you've set us on the right path at last. Come join us in the Balance School.
I'll meet you there, twin. Crocotep plaque. So the Crocotep plaque is literally just his head on a plaque, which is kind of a little morbid if you think about it for this game. As a reward, you get to mount his head on the wall. Like, okay. Pop off.
Young wizard, you have my eternal gratitude. I heard what you did in the Crocosphinx. I feel we are no longer strangers, but comrades in arms.
What do you mean you heard about what I did in the Crocosphinx? You were there. You were giving me half the quests.
Shalek, General Kaba,
Kai
Amate,
Amate.
and I all wish to honor you. Please take this golden scarab as a symbol of your entry into the Order of the Fang. No one deserves it more.
A second golden scarab. I have two of them now.
We will continue to fight the Tuts here, using the wisdom of balance rather than the golden fang. We leave it to you, young wizard, to find and protect the Croconomicon.
Still want to know what the golden fang
does. You will
does.
need to investigate Crocopatra's lair, the Tomb of Storms. Go see Sergeant Major Talbot, for he may be able to help you.
Alright, so we'll get the card once we talk to Sergeant Major Talbot. Let's go. Sergeant Major Talbot, you're never going to believe this.
The Tomb of Storms, eh? Sure you want to go in there? That's quite a dangerous place. The Tut leader is inside. Well, why didn't you say so? I'll get you in there right away, if you haven't already found a way in.
Good point.
You're in luck. My men are overtaxed, but one of the locals has taken on the Tomb of Storms. I hate doing this to you, but once there, you're on your own. I can't protect the locals and launch an assault. You'll have to be a one-wizard army.
I got you, twin.
Ready? Find Hedge Aldine nearby. He's been working with the summoning stones and will surely know how to get inside.
Okay, lots of stuff.
I have another spell for you, if you can make it here.
I am ready to teach you new abilities to enhance your prowess in magical duels. Speak to me when you are ready.
Alright, let's go talk to Cyrus Drake. Sorry, Duel Master Diego, It's not that I'm not interested. I just got other stuff to do. Like talk to my professor. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ether Golem. 4 pip hit. It deals a little bit, like, it has a higher range of damage than the Cyclops. And it also has the ability of casting an Ether Shield essentially on top of it when you use it. That being said, I don't know if there's actually much use to doing it. Because, like, if I really wanted the shield, I think I would rather just cast the shield, like, earlier, and then use the hit separately, you know? Instead of having to go through this, like, hoop and ladder of, okay, I hit and I get the shield, you know? It's probably more useful in, like, PvP or something of that sort, but when you're just going up against mobs, or just, like, questing through the worlds, I think it's probably easier just to, like, just use them separately. Alright. I'm kind of running short on time. I've got about 20-ish minutes left max. So let's actually go and do a side quest real quick. Because there's one fight in the Crocus Sphinx that I absolutely love, which I haven't gotten to enjoy for a while. So let's go do that. It's against a creature that spawns in the middle of here. But we have to talk to Shalak the Wise to get to the... I think we have to talk to him to get to the quest first.
There was once a great champion of the arena. This fighter was so great that even in his old age he was undefeatable. Not a single challenger could touch him. Because of this, he sealed himself away, so that one day someone would come forth and be a worthy opponent. Many have tried to defeat him, but none have succeeded thus far. I think you may be able to do it, though. Gather the statuettes carried by the hall servants in the Champions Hall. Using these and some other things, I will be able to let you summon and challenge him.
Alright, let's do it. Give me the champ. Okay. Let's get the silhouettes. I love getting to use the monstrology minions in the fights, by the way. I think it makes it so much more fun. Since they're so weak, I'm not going to worry about blading or trapping at all. Just saving up the pips for Cyclops. Because I'm pretty sure these guys also don't have access to the tower shield. So we don't need to worry about that. Doesn't matter, we would have to pass the next turn anyway. That is my cope. Ooh, pink dandelion. That'll be really useful when we start farming a bit more. Or at all, actually. I don't really need to adjust the deck. I could just discard once I'm in it. Oh. I think we're gonna hit a major spike in a couple of levels. I think level 26 is when we get the Humongo Frog. And I will say, when it comes to questing, especially side quests, getting access to AoE is a massive boon. It's a huge upgrade. Even bigger than that would be getting a mount. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm tired of walking everywhere. Frosty, what are you doing? Light work, no reaction. We got Cowl of Summertime, Shoots of Adaptation, Ice Modus. They keep giving us like all the ice gear. Alright, I'm gonna search for a health orb. And then we'll go back to Shalik the Wise. He's hyped up this guy a lot. Spell magic weaving is new. Available after Dragon's Fire. Okay. Never done that before. We got a while to go before we get there, though. Alright, Shalik the Wise.
Good. These are in fine condition. We have the first requirement to summon the great champion.
Oh, there's
and
more.
now we need the second. For this, we need a weapon of great power. Thar. Bort Malletmane's hammer is the only weapon powerful enough for the job.
You don't say. Mr. Malletmane. Alright, let's get some prisms in here. Malletmane, I think his is at the very... No, his is over here. Not at the very end. For a battle like this where it's against our own type of school, I usually like to pack extra, like 3 prisms. Just makes it a little bit easier. We've already talked about this board.
You don't even have the showmanship to be a star like me. Really? You are no warrior.
We've talked about this board. I could probably Prism Blade kill Bort. As long as this is the last part of the quest, we should have just enough time to... Should have just enough time to fight the champion of champions, I guess. Strike true, Cyclops. Strike true. Please. Hey. That's not great. power pip, maybe? Okay. Well, we do have 3 attacks, so... they're definitely going to... at least one of them's going to deal a heavy blow this turn. Hopefully I just block a big hit. Or a Scarab. Scarab works too. I guess I'd actually rather block the Scarab than the Fire Elf's hit, but still. Okay, Power Pip. Summon the Cyclops minion. Oof, we're past the 2-hour mark. You know whose content I've been absolutely loving recently? It's this guy called Idle Cub. And I'm pretty sure he uses AI, or he takes like whatever the YouTube's suggested thumbnails are, and he'll throw some words up on it and make it his own, and it's really, he does a really good job. I will say though, he's certainly not the best at gaming, but he's very consistent about sticking with it, because like I think every day just about he releases a new video, and I admire that persistence and that consistency. I strive for it myself, even though, you know, with working a graveyard job, it's very hard to juggle. But like every day when I go to sleep, throw on an Idle Cub video, and I keep it on in the background, of course. It's not that I watch his content because he's necessarily great at the games. I don't think he's like a bad gamer, but I don't think he's necessarily the best. But he has his niche. He loves his idle games. He loves the incremental skill tree ones, and I think that's great. I love watching his videos. They are definitely top 10 for going to sleep to. as bad as that might sound. It is true. Also, this battle is taking way longer than I expected it to. It's because we tried to rush with the Cyclops early. I was really hoping it would be enough to kill, but I was wrong. Now we have to go into defensive mode. Search for the pixie. Okay, Cyclops hits... I mean, what are the chances he misses 2 Cyclops in a row, right? We can pixie next round. But we really want to eliminate at least one of these 2 first. Plus 80. Big. Now I can heal. But yeah, I greatly admire Idle Cub and the fact that he's found his niche, that he is sticking to it. And I will say, sometimes it is infuriating to watch. And you know, the more I'm playing games and recording videos, the more I understand. It's very hard to juggle good gameplay with good commentary and knowing when to stop talking. And I think he's found a very good balance, and you know, I'm going to be honest, I took a solid look at his videos and said if he could do it, I think I could do it too.
Excellent. Now there is only one thing remaining. The last thing we need is soul dust. No small amount, though. We'll need enough to light these 3 braziers. Retrieve for me the soul dust from the guardians in the vault. They should provide enough for the braziers.
Maybe I'll do that part off camera. I'll save the boss fight itself for the next video, but I don't have the time to go through the whole Vault of Ice again. And while we don't need to defeat, like, we only need to defeat 3 of the 4 bosses, still it's like, oh man, that's just a lot. Wizard101 can certainly become a time sink. Also, where's my monstrology badges? Proud monstrologist, baby. Alright. I think this is a good place to stop it. While before the next video, I will go and complete this guardian. I'll complete the soul dust and make it so we can do the boss fight next episode at the beginning. Alright. Guys, thank you for watching. If you liked it, please like it. If you appreciate my content or if you enjoy watching my content, please subscribe. I hope you guys have a great day, a great night whenever you're watching this and wherever you're watching this. Have a great time. Thank you for watching.